Alright, so for this project we will be needing 2 sweet roll cakes. Now this color right here is called Jelly Pop, but we will not be using this color. You can if you want, but the color that I used for this video is the pink. So you're going to need 2 sweet rolls, or roughly 350 yards for this project. You can use any 4-weight that you wish. It does not have to be these sweet rolls, but you will need roughly 300, maybe 350 yards to make this triangle scarf. So once you have your yarn, you're also going to be needing a pair of scissors. So some scissors, a stitch marker, and for this project I used a size 8mm crochet hook or a size L. So once you have all of your materials, we can get started. Okay, so to begin this project, you're going to start off by making your slip knot, and you can do this whichever way works best for you. Okay, so once you make your slip knot, you're going to start by making a chain of 2. So that's 1, 2. Now in that first chain that you made right here, you are going to make 2 single crochets into that same stitch. So that's 1, 2. So once you do those, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work to start the next round. Okay, so row 2, you're just going to make 1 single crochet into each of those 2 single crochets you made from the last row. So that is number 1 and your second single crochet. Okay, so to start row 3, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. Row 3 is our first increase row. So in that first chain, you're going to make 1 single crochet. And in that second single crochet, second chain, you're going to make 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So that's 1 and 2. You're going to chain 1, turn your work. For row 4, you're just going to make 1 single crochet into each of those chains that you made from the last row. Just like so. Then you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and this is another increase row. So you're going to make 1 single crochet in that first chain, 1 single crochet in the next, and then in that last chain right there, you're going to make 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So that's 1 and 2. Oops. Okay, so from here, you can take your stitch marker and you can place it on this side, on the left side, so that way you know which side you're going to increase on. Okay, so to start the next row, chain 1, turn your work. You're just going to make 1 single crochet into each of those chains across. just like so. Then you're going to chain 1, turn your work, going to make 1 single crochet into that very first chain, make 1 single crochet into each of those chains all the way across. And that very last chain, you're going to make 2 single crochets to increase this row. So just like so. And then you're just going to keep continuing to repeat that pattern, alternating rows of 1 single crochet into each chain. And then the next row would be 1 single crochet into each chain until you get to the last chain. And in that last chain, you're going to make 2 single crochets. So as you can see, our stitch marker is on our right side. So for this row that we just finished, it's just a regular normal row. We're going to chain 1, turn our work, and you'll see that our stitch marker is now on the left side. So in this last chain right here, we will put 2 single crochets. So 1 single crochet all the way across. And in this last chain right here, we are going to make 2 single crochets. So that's 1 and 2. So keep repeating that till your scarf is as wide as you're going to want it to be. And when I get to the desired length that I want mine, I will show you guys and let you know how many rows I have completed to get to that point. So again, just keep alternating your rows, chaining 1 at the end of them. So 1 single crochet across, chain 1, turn your work, 1 single crochet all the way across in each stitch until that last stitch, and you're going to put 2 single crochets in the last stitch because your stitch marker is on your left side of your work. So again, continue to do that all the way until your scarf is as long as you like it, and I will meet back up with you guys and let you know how many rows I have completed when I get to my desired length. So once you make it to row 99 and you are at the end of your increase side, you are going to, again, chain 1 and turn your work around. And you are just going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way back down. Make sure you get both of those stitches or those loops. So make 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way back down to the end. And when you get to the end of this row, you are just going to chain 1, turn your work, and make 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way back down towards your increase side. So go ahead and do that, and I will catch back up to you when we get back to the end of this side here. Alright, so once you make it back down to the side where you increased on, you are going to, again, chain 1, turn your work, and now we're going to start decreasing to bring our scarf back down, the point back down to match this side. So to do that, you are going to insert your hook into that first stitch, pull up a loop, and instead of yarning over and pulling through those 2 loops, you are just going to insert your hook into the next stitch, like so, yarn over, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, and you'll yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. That is a single crochet 2 together. So you're going to do that once, and then you're going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way back. So 1 single crochet into each stitch until you get to the end of this row. At the end of this row, you are going to chain 1 and turn your work and make 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way back down until you have 2 stitches left on this side. So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you when we get back to this end to our last 2 stitches. Alright, so I am at the end of this row, so we are just going to finish it off by making 1 single crochet into each of those stitches. We're not going to decrease on this side. So when you are done with this row, you are going to chain 1, and now you're going to turn your work again. And now when your stitch marker is on your right side, like it is right now, you are going to start to decrease. So every time your stitch marker is on this side, you're going to decrease. So we're going to single crochet 2 together. So those first 2 stitches will be a single crochet 2 together, just like so. We're just going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way back down. When you get to the end of this row, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, make 1 single crochet all the way back down to get to the end of this row. You're going to chain 1, turn, and then single crochet 2 together to decrease. So when we began this project, we started to increase when we were on the left hand side of our work. Now when we decrease, we are going to decrease on the right side. So when we had our stitch marker on the left side, we increased. When our stitch marker is on the right side, we decrease. So if you want to move your stitch marker up, so that we know what side you're going to decrease on. And remember, when it's on your right side, you are going to decrease by single crocheting 2 together. So we're going to go ahead and just keep alternating those rows. Single crochet 2 together, single crochet all the way down, then at the end of the row, chain 1, single crochet from left to right, and when you get to the end and your stitch marker is on your right side, chain 1, then single crochet 2 together. Just going to keep alternating those 2 rows until you come down to have 2 stitches left, and I will meet back up with you guys when I get to have 2 stitches at the end. So just continue alternating your decrease rows. Alright, so I have just about made it to the end of this little scarf. So I'm on my last few rows. So again, at the end of each row, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and our stitch marker is on our left side. So in the first 2 stitches, so right here and right here, we are going to do a single crochet 2 together to decrease this row. So to do that, we're going to insert our hook grab our yarn and pull up a loop, insert our hook into that next stitch, grab our yarn and pull up another loop. So we have 3 loops on our hook. Gonna grab our yarn and pull through all 3. And then we're just going to make 1 single crochet in those last stitches. There's that one, and the last one of this row. So just like that. Gonna chain 1, turn our work again, and going to make just 1 single crochet in each of those 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, turn our work again. Our stitch marker is on our right side. Oops. So in those first 2 stitches, a single crochet, 2 together. Pull up a loop, insert a hook into the next one. Pull up a loop, 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through all 3, and make 1 single crochet in that last stitch. And we have just 2 stitches left. So chain 1, turn our work, make 1 single crochet in each of those stitches. Chain 1, turn our work again, and make 1 single crochet, 2 together in those last 2 stitches. 1 single crochet, 2 together in those last 2 stitches. So again, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1, and just make 1 last single crochet to end this off. Then you're going to chain 1, take your scissors, cut your yarn, and fasten your work off. And there you go. You can get rid of your stitch marker now because you don't need that. Oops. And there you go. You have finished your easy triangle scarf. So all you're going to do now is you're just going to go ahead and weave in your ends from your beginning tail and your end tail, and you will be all done. Now if you're using this Premier Sweet Roll, let me zoom out. If you're using the Premier Sweet Rolls, you may notice your work starting to curl up a little bit. So all I would do is just go ahead and block it so that way it will lay flat. But there you go. The pretty and pink triangle scarf. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.